Good morning everyone, very nice to see you all. My name is Pooja Dwivedi. Welcome to my class. Today we are going to discuss the last night's arrest of Sanjay Singh. Sanjay Singh is a serving member of the Rajya Sabha from the Aadmi party. He has been arrested by the Enforcement Directorate. Why? Because of his alleged involvement in the liquor policy scam case. This is the third high-profile arrest that has been made from the Aadmi party. Earlier, Deputy CM of Delhi, that is Manish Sisodia, who is still behind the bars, he was arrested by the ED under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. But the Supreme Court has asked, why ED? Why have you made Manish Sisodia to be the accused in this entire case? Whatever gains he made, it was not for him, it was for the party. So why not make the entire Aadmi party the accused? ED says we may think so. We may do it. If the entire AAP, the Aadmi party, will become an accused, the proverbial handcuffs will finally reach the CM, because under him only the execution of the policy and whatever allegations have been hurled at them has been accepted, because he's the CM. So what if he becomes arrested? Of course, a lot of damage has been already done to the Aadmi party, but if the CM of Delhi gets arrested, the serving CM, he will be the second serving CM to be arrested. Any guesses who was the first CM, serving CM to be arrested? It was CM Jayalalitha in assets disproportionate case. There are many things that you will know in this particular class. Also, do not worry about making notes, because I provide the notes through my Telegram channel, that is by the name of Pooja Dwivedi UPSC. If you have any queries regarding this examination, you can talk to me on my Instagram and follow me on Threads. Now, this is the roadmap that I have set for you. By the end of this class, you will get to know a lot of many things about, many things such as the liquor policy scam. What is it? What is the controversy? And what is the process of arresting a chief minister? What does our law says? Everything will be discussed. Because from a bureaucratic perspective, you have to look at the entire news from not the political perspective. Of course, allegations have been hurled at each other. AAP says that BJP is getting insecure because it is set to lose in the upcoming Lok Sabha election, and AAP is a part of the India coalition that has been made. So, Arvind Kejriwal is making allegations, but we have to look at it from the perspective of your examination. Alright, so let's move ahead. I have already told you most of the things in the introduction. Also, Manish Sisodia ji, who is still behind the bars, he is serving his term, and time and again he will be called for examination by the courts. Of course, that has to be done. But the Supreme Court has said, please make the entire, why haven't you made the entire political party to be the accused? So we have to look at the background. People who have been arrested as a serving CM, Jayalalitha ji, and probably if allegations that have been made will be true, it will be the CM of Delhi. We will have to see the developments for that. So let's talk about the liquor policy scam, what happened actually. This is in relevance to a policy that was rolled out in the midst of the COVID-19. We all knew that the situation for government revenue was very grim. The entire economic system collapsed. Only one of the few things that was still in working was the consumption of liquor. People used to sit at homes and they used to consume liquor. This is an addiction, so this will never go out of the picture. This can never be curbed. You see, an addiction. It can only be regulated. So the government was very quick to think upon it, the Delhi government. It rolled out a policy by the name of liquor policy. Now it's withdrawn, but it was withdrawn in July 2022. But when it rolled out, it garnered a lot of controversy that the government is trying to encourage immoral perspective from just the point of view to gain financial help, to gain revenue. And under the policy, the government was no longer doing anything with regulating the liquor, and it allowed only private shops to do so. The basic aims were to have curb on the black marketing of it, to increase revenue for the government, and to improve the consumer experience. So what did the government actually do? there was open bidding that was conducted for 849 liquor vends, and these were provided or awarded, these bids were provided to the private companies. Okay, so it was like a bidding procedure. The government used to, open tenders, and through that bidding procedure, which was done on a zone to zone basis, not individual basis, zone to zone, different zones were created, zone A, zone B, zone C, like this. On a zone to zone basis, the government used to bid it, and the people who used to give the highest bid, the government got revenue from it. So the government was out of the picture eventually when it comes to consumerism of liquor. And the city was divided into 32 zones. It had a maximum of 27 vends, and that was just, these vends were private in nature, not government. There were no individual license, and the bidding was done zone by zone, as I tell you. And it also allowed, this policy also allowed home delivery of liquor, as well as the shops to remain open till 3 a.m. That is one of the reasons why we could see domestic violence gathering, a lot of encouragement, as in women have been at the end of all the sorts of injuries that were garnered during the entire, you can say, lockdown period. Of course, there have been exceptional cases, but liquor in the human body, it loosens the boundaries, and domestic violence used to take place. And this has been one of the most controversial points of the entire policy, that home delivery was also allowed. Licensees could also offer unlimited discounts. That was another point. So it was engaging consumers in this particular manner. By this particular policy, the AAP government reported a substantial 27% increase in the income. There was a gathering of rupees 8,900 crore. Revenue was generated in a very, tangential manner. Now, if we talk about the controversy, the AAP government used the policy to extend undue financial favors to liquor licensees, as in they were giving the bids in a notorious manner. This has been said, this has been alleged against the Aadmi party. Even after the tenders had been awarded, close associates of the people from Aadmi party, particularly as alleged by the ED for Manish Sisodia, those people who were close associates of him, they also got the tender, and sometimes at a lesser amount, and that caused a lot of damage to the exchequer, to the government exchequer, and it caused huge loss to the exchequer. That means not lot of revenue was generated, and the liquor policy gave undue advantage to private retailers. What about public retailers? Then the most important of all the allegations is that whatever revenue was generated was used by the Aam Aadmi Party government in an illegal fashion to fund the election campaign in Goa. This is one of the allegations that have been made. There also have been, according to the reports of the Cabinet Secretary in Delhi, it has been said that there are prima facie violations of GNCTD Act of 1991, Transaction of Business Rules 1993, and Delhi Excise Act 2009 and Excise Rules of 2010. After that, the Delhi Lieutenant Governor ordered a probe into the Delhi excise policy of 2021-22, and he said that it is better that the CBI looks into the matter because it was a huge corruption case. Now, yes, of course, I have to tell you about the P2I batches. The P2I batches are starting from 10th of October. If you haven't taken admission in any of the batches till now, I assure that this is the best batch for you. We have silver, gold and platinum. According to your own needs, you can take admission in any one of these. This is for UPSC 2024-25, 2025-26, 2026-27, 28. Yes, we work like that. And it is possible that you can do so for English as well as Hindi. Hindi is complete Hindi, English is complete English. English is a mix of Hindi and English. That's a hybrid batch. Alright, and use the code PDLive. Whenever you are going to take admission, make sure you use this code so that you can get it at starting price of 23,999. That is for silver. Gold and platinum, because of the extension of the batch, it will be different. Okay, so from 6 p.m. onwards, you will have your classes. Make sure you take admission as soon as possible. Now, moving on, we have to talk about, there are certain rules whenever we are going for an arrest. Specifically, if I talk from the perspective of CBI and the Enforcement Directorate. The rules to arrest CM or cabinet ministers is such. The CBI is guided by the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973. According to it, and ED as well, they can arrest any person against whom an arrest warrant has been issued by the court. Even the Prime Minister can be arrested. The officers have no discretion in carrying out the arrest warrant issued by the court. Chief Minister can only be arrested if there is enough reason to believe that the accused would abscond, will try to destroy evidence, abscond means to run away, will try to destroy evidence or act in a way so as to avoid legal process. Okay, the Chief Minister, he is the or she is the de facto head of the state government. They are treated legally. That means under the capacity of a government official. Also, who can be arrested by the CBI on the grounds which are not relevant to their discharge of official duties. That means they also can be arrested on certain grounds which are not in relevance of discharge of their official duties under the Constitution of India, under the laws and the regulation. So any person can be arrested by the CBI even if it is a CM or a PM. According to section 135 of the Civil Procedural Codes, if we talk about the members of the parliament, if we talk about Sanjay Singh's arrest, he is a member of the parliament, the Rajya Sabha. Member of the parliaments have protection from being arrested up to 40 days before, 40 days after and during the period when parliament is in session. So in totality, they have been given 300 days to remain immune from any sort of arrest. But the problem is that this is just for civil cases and not criminal cases. So what is the difference between civil and criminal cases? Civil law or civil cases are those cases in which the acts related to individuals or in which harm has been caused. That harm can be compensated in monetary terms. But if we talk about criminal law, if the harm or the damage that has been caused can be compensated, will only be imprisonment, then it will be a criminal case, and as in this particular case. Okay, moving on. If we talk about the certain exemptions under the Constitution, the President and the Governor of the states are exempt from arrest in both civil as well as criminal cases. The President and the Governor cannot be arrested or detained while in office. They can be arrested only when their term ends or they resign from their post. So this is something that you had to know from the polity perspective. Alright, now let's talk about this particular news that was a recent development. So I put it, when the Supreme Court says that why did you not make the entire party as the accused, the ED says that they may soon do so. So if the entire Aadmi party becomes an accused, because eventually the beneficiary here will be the beneficiary here will be the Aadmi party. So each and every one can be nabbed. That means more news of arrest can come, more raids in their offices, residence can come. Be ready for it. Now also I have to ask you a question regarding the UPSC examination. Consider the following statements. Section 135 of the Civil Procedural Code relates to the arrest of the members of the parliament. The President and the Governor of the states are exempted. That means they will not be arrested from civil as well as criminal cases. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? Let me take the names of those students who have answered my last question correctly. I talked about floods, right? So C will be the correct answer. Okay, let me just check it. Break. When I say break, that means I need some time to check. Okay. All three are correct. So option C will be the correct answer. Okay. Let me take the names. Yes, Ria has answered it correctly. Satish, it's C. All right. So thank you so much for watching. Do answer this question as well.